Hi, I'm Dhali and welcome to The Zone. This practice has been designed for the ski and snowboarder, either to warm you up or to release tired muscles at the end of your day on the mountain. So you'll need a mat and some blocks, and let's get started. To start today's class, stand with your feet hip width apart and bring your palms together in front of your chest. From here, take an inhalation as you lower your hands down by your sides. Inhale, take the hands onto your hips. As you exhale, roll the chin forward and down and circle the chin to your right shoulder. As you inhale, draw a large arc circling the chin to your left. Exhale, tuck the chin in close to the chest through center and back to your right. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale. Pause in the center. Keep exhaling, reversing, taking the chin back to your left shoulder. Then as you inhale, drawing a large arc, circling the chin back to the right. Exhale through center. Inhale. Exhale. And once again, relaxing the shoulders. Exhale down. Okay. Next, we're going to be turning from the hips to awaken the spine. Swinging the hands, turning the head, turning the bridge of the nose towards the opposite ear. Just to activate the spine. Okay, and pause. Inhale, take the hands back to the hips. Exhale, push down through the heels, and then as we inhale next, take your palms up to shoulder height. As you exhale, drop the fingers down, turn, push the heel of the palms away. Take an inhale. As you exhale, clasp the fingertips onto your thumb, turn and take the fingertips deep onto your shoulders. As we inhale, circling. Exhale. Try to keep the lower ribs tucked in and down. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale, up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale down. Pause. Reversing. Inhale up. Exhale. Nice and slow. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands down by your side. Step the feet together in the center of your mat. Okay, as you inhale, we're going to be lifting the right leg, turning, rotating the knee outward. Exhale, place the foot back down. Change sides. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Inhale. Exhale. Now bring the palms together. Walk the toes out. Step the feet back out to be parallel. Take an inhalation. Interlock the fingers. As you exhale, lower your hands by your sides. With the inhalation, draw the palms up through the midline. Push down through the heels. As you exhale, lower the hands down. Draw the elbows slightly forward to relax the shoulders. Okay, as we inhale, we straighten the arms. We turn the head towards the right. I'll mirror your image. As you exhale, push your thigh bones out away from each other to stabilize your hips. Take another inhale, push the palms up. As you exhale, keep the weight in the feet. Push the palms away from your heels. Inhale, we lift back up. Exhale, lower the hands down. To touch the head, draw the elbows forward. Take an inhale, straighten the arms, turn the head. As you exhale, lower to the left side. Inhale to come up. Exhale, lower the hands, relax the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Heels push down, palms push away. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Last one each side. Inhale. Head turns. Exhale, check the alignment. Inhale up. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. Inhale, standing up. Release, back of the hands together. Exhale, unfold. Inhale, bring the palms together in front of the chest. Step the feet together. Pause as you exhale. Looking down at the feet, you're going to take your left foot and step it in front of your right. From here we take an inhalation up, back of the hands touch. As you exhale, you're going to fold into your forward bend, taking your hands to the floor. Stay up onto the fingertips. From here, as you inhale, lean the weight of the hips forward so you feel the weight come towards the toes. Now lengthen through the back of the neck by drawing the face into the back of the skull and tucking the chin forward and down. Then from here, slowly seduce the body into your forward bend. Keep long through the back of the neck. You can walk the hands back towards the toes as you get a little deeper into your forward bend. Think of pushing the back of the skull away from the shin bones. Okay, to change sides, slowly inhale, push the spine up towards the ceiling, standing up. As you exhale, bring the palms together in front of the chest. Looking down at the feet, take an inhale, step the feet together. As you exhale, step the right foot in front. From here, take an inhale, circle the arms up over your head, back of the hands touch. As you exhale, unfold into your forward bend. Take the fingertips to the floor, lengthen through the back of the neck. Then as you exhale, folding forward and down. Keep the breath slow and steady. Each time I inhale, I lift the chest away from the thighs to create space for the muscles to relax. Then as I exhale, I commit a little deeper into the pose. One more breath. This time as you inhale, standing up by pushing the spine up towards the ceiling. Lift the arms up over the head. Back of the hands touch. Exhale. Release down. Look down at the feet. As you inhale, step the feet together. Bring the palms together in front of the chest. Pause there. As you inhale next, open up the feet. Walk the feet out to be hip width apart. As you exhale, lower the palms down by your sides. With the inhalation, we're going to turn our left heel forward and pause there. On the next inhalation, we're going to swing the arms up and catch the weight. As you exhale, place the foot on top of the lower thigh. Bring the palms together in front of the chest. Pause here. Flex the toes back on the left foot. Take an inhale. As you exhale, create the sensation that you're pushing your sitting bones backwards as if you're going to sit down onto a chair. The front of the body, the lower rib cage, tucks in and down. Okay, as you inhale next, standing up, exhale, release the foot to the floor. Lower the hands down. Inhale, take the hands up to the height of the shoulders, and we're going to step our left foot behind as we exhale, lower the hands to the hips. From here, we have to turn the left hip forward. Yeah. So the hips are square. Then as we inhale, we're going to raise up with our left arm. We turn the head to look down, flexing the toes back of our left foot. As we exhale, lean the body weight towards the left. As you inhale, come up a little bit by straightening that right leg. As you exhale, sink the left hip. Keep extending that right elbow down and away and draw the right elbow slightly forward. Inhale, straighten that right leg slightly. Exhale, sink a little deeper. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. To stand up. Inhale. Exhale, step the feet hip width apart. Pause there. Turning the right heel forward. As we inhale, we're going to catch the weight. As we exhale, cross, taking the ankle on top of the lower thigh, palms together. Take an inhale. Flex the toes back of the right foot. As you exhale, start to push the sitting bones backwards. Think of extending the right knee down towards the floor. Keep the eyes steady. The mind will have nowhere to go. And then when you're ready on your next inhale, slowly stand up. Exhale, lower the foot down. Lower the hands. Inhale, take the arms up to shoulder height. Right foot's going to step behind. Exhale, lower the hands to the hips. Turning the right hip forward to square off the hips. Take an inhale. Elevate up with your right hand. Turn the head towards the left, looking down at the left foot, and as you exhale, pushing the hips towards the right side. But then as you inhale, push through the left heel, straighten the leg to release the tension. Come up a little. Exhale, sink. Pushing down into that left heel. Inhale, come up a little. Release. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. We'll do one more breath on this side. Stretch the fingertips away to increase the stretch. Inhale up and exhale. Okay, to stand up, inhale. Step the feet hip width apart. Exhale, lower the hands by your sides. Pause there. Looking down the feet, take an inhale. Step the toes out so the feet are now on a 45-degree angle. Interlock the fingers. Take an inhale. As you exhale, push the heels forward to your toes, lowering down into your squat. Going to lower down very, very slowly. Keep the weight into the heels. Keep the spine as straight as possible. You either pause here, or you can place the elbows on the inside of the thighs. Keep extending the crown of the head up and away. Lean back with the chest. Now think of pulling the pad of the big toe back in towards the heels. Now corkscrewing the heels to rotate the thighs a little more. Push the groins forward as you lean all the way back with your chest. Relax the shoulders. Retract the face into the back of the skull. Steady and comfortable. If you're rounding through the lower back, then you come up a little bit, yeah? Okay, for this next twist we're going to use a block. So slowly as we inhale, we push the heels to stand up. As you exhale, turn the toes in so the outside edge of the feet are parallel. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you lower your hands down. Slide the hands down the legs. Grab hold of a block. Place the block in the center of the feet. Take your left hand onto the block. Push firmly down and lean the weight so you have about 70% of your weight applied vertically down through that left hand into the block. Then as we inhale, you're going to elevate up with the right arm. Let the legs bend slightly. Now think of externally rotating the upper arm on both right and left. To change sides, let the legs bend, take an inhale, lift the left arm to horizontal, lower the right arm to horizontal. Take another inhale, change sides, placing the right hand onto the block, push down through the heels but keep the legs slightly bent. For those more experienced, if you'd like to turn the head to look up, you can do so. If you're bending the legs, make sure that you're bending the legs to the same degree on right and left. Okay, to lower down, turn the head. For those who are looking up, to look back at the floor. Inhale, Raise the right arm, lower the left. Exhale, pause there. As you inhale, standing up, circle the arms behind the lower back. From here, we're going to hold the wrist in the smaller back. Draw the elbows forward to separate the shoulder blades. Relax here. Take an inhalation as you push down through your heels. Engage by pushing the thigh bones into the back of the legs and tightening the buttock. Then slowly, as you inhale, think of lifting the sternum up towards the ceiling. Moving into a slight back bend. The hips start to drift slightly forward. Keep pushing those thighs into the back of the legs. Shoulders are relaxed here. Use the hand as a reference to breathe and draw the breath into the lower back. If the body is tremoring, then you're a little too deep. Just come up a little. Either stay looking forward, or if you're comfortable with the neck, you can take the head back to look up. Okay, slowly on your next inhale, we're going to stand all the way up. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, bring the palms together in front of the chest. From here, we're going to turn towards the right, stepping to the top of the mat. Bring the feet together. Take an inhale. Exhale the breath out fully. Lower the hands by your side. Take the hands to your hips. If you have lines on your mat, use them as a guide. What we're going to do is we're going to be stepping our left foot back like so. We want the toes pointing directly forward, so there's no shifting of the heel in. This is to help keep our hips square. We want to engage our left heel and push it firmly into the floor. We take our hands on top of the hips and we lift little fingers so our palms are actually horizontal to the floor. We're going to use these hands in a moment as a guide when we start to bend our front leg. We take an inhalation, we draw the lower rib cage back in and down. Keep the weight firmly into that left heel, and as you exhale, without the heel lifting, start to push the left calf away from you as you bend your right knee. Start to engage the left thigh and press the left thigh into the back of the leg. Now to adjust the front of the body, draw the throat into the back of the neck, press the back of the skull away from you. Look down at your fingertips. Are the palms horizontal to the floor? Is one hand lower than the other? If it is, then you need to readjust your hips to make sure your hips are square. Take an inhale. Now we're going to tilt the torso slightly forward to be on that same angle as our back leg. But keep the weight into your back heel. We're going to release the hands and take the hands onto the thigh like so. Stabilize yourself by pushing that right heel forward. Then as you inhale, we're going to straighten the right leg. Lower the hands. Exhale. Drop the back knee to the floor. From here, point the toes away. Look down the front leg. We want to create a 90-degree angle with our shin bone, so you may need to adjust that right foot a little further forward. Interlock the fingers, placing the thumbs either side of your thigh. Set up the pose by pressing the shin bone of your back leg down. Then we want to tilt the pelvis, tucking the buttock under here. Then grip with the buttock of the back leg. Stabilize the front leg by pushing the right heel forward. Then the last adjustment, the sitting bone of the right leg wants to push down towards the inside of that left knee. Then from here, once you've set up the foundation, you can slowly, in increments, inhale and elevate the chest to increase the stretch through the hip flex. Slow the breathing down. Let the weight drop down through the soles of your feet, through the shin bone of the back leg into the floor. Okay. For this next pose, we're going to utilize both of your blocks to come up. As you inhale, draw the navel back in towards the spine. Grab hold of the blocks and place the blocks either side of the front leg. Take weight through the hands as we straighten the front leg. Draw the elbows back. Create the sensation that you're pulling that right heel up the back of the leg all the way up to your sit bone. If you feel you can go a little deeper, then you turn the blocks onto the side. You draw the elbows in as you lower the head down. Just allow the bone structure to sink into the back of the leg. The toes are drawing softly back, so not to harden the groin. And for those more experienced, you may walk the hands forward and take the head all the way down like so. And to transition back, walk the hands back to the blocks. From here, we're going to come back up to standing, so we adjust the right foot, we lift up and step the left foot forward. As we inhale, we're going to stand up. Exhale, lower down. Just adjust the block slightly forward. Okay, from here, we're going to step the right foot back. Looking down at the feet, make sure that the feet are pointing directly forward. Slowly stand up. Now your feet are going to be hip width apart. If they're too narrow, you'll find it very difficult to balance. You place the hands on top of the hips. Remember to keep the palms horizontal to the floor. Engage by pushing that right heel down and away. Push the right calf into the back of the leg. Without taking any weight out of that back leg now, start to bend the left leg. Look down at the hands, make sure the hips are still aligned, that you haven't dropped one hip down. Elbows slightly forward, that's it. Keep engaging through the heel of the back leg, that's your foundation. If you've lost the foundation, you have lost the integrity in the pose. From here we're going to tilt the torso slightly forward. Lower the hands down onto the thigh of our front leg. Try to create that same angle with the spine as the back leg. This pose is a lot easier done if you have a wall in front of you. From here, we're going to transition to lowering the back knee to the floor. You can utilize the blocks, dropping the knee down. Point the toes away. Check that the shin bone of your front leg is vertical. You may need to adjust slightly forward. Interlock the fingers, take the thumbs either side of your thigh. Set up by pressing the shin bone of the back leg down, tilting the pelvis, tucking the buttock under, gripping with the buttock of the back leg, then stabilize by pressing the heel of your front foot forward. The last little adjustment is that sitting bone of the front leg pushing down towards the inner edge of your back knee. Okay, and then from here, slowly with increments, you start to lift the chest to increase the stretch. If I'm holding this pose for 10 breaths, then I move in increments with each breath of applying a little bit more pressure to increase the stretch. But the first 5 breaths, I'm just sinking into the pose. Now to stretch out the hamstrings, the navel draws back in towards the spine. Take the hands onto your blocks, straightening the front leg. Draw the elbows back. Create that sensation that you're pulling the heel of the front leg all the way up the back of the leg to your sitting bone. Now lengthen through the back of the neck by drawing the chin forward and down and drawing the throat up into the back of the neck. If you need to, you adjust the blocks down one level. And for the more experienced people, you can walk the hands forward and lower the head down like so. Whichever variation you're in, make sure that you're steady and comfortable with your posture. Okay, one more breath. Really sink the bone structure into the back of that front leg. To transition back to standing, slowly inhale, lift the chest. Adjust the feet to step the feet together. Take the blocks out in front as you inhale, standing up. From here, we're going to turn back out to face towards the front. We look down at the feet, and we're going to step our right heel out 45 degrees. And we adjust our distance so the feet are about 1 metre apart. Look down at the feet, make sure the feet are on a 45-degree angle. Okay, from here we're going to inhale, we're going to take the arms up, and as we exhale we're going to lower our right arm down towards our leg. Take an inhale, watch that you don't take that left arm up higher than it was if it was horizontal to the floor. And as you exhale, slowly start to slide your right hand down the leg. The head can now turn to look down towards the right foot. As you exhale, think of stretching the left fingers away. As you inhale, soften, let the right hand slide. As you exhale, stretch the fingers away. Now as we inhale, we're going to take the arm up and over. Exhale, push down through the left heel, stretch through the left fingers. Okay. One more breath. It's on an inhalation that we're going to come back up, take the palms up to be horizontal. Exhale, lower your left arm down. But keep the right arm horizontal. Don't let the arm come up. Take an inhale, head turns. As you exhale, with each inhalation, relax the left side of the waist. As you exhale, stretch the right fingers away. Otherwise, you collapse all the way down onto the vertebra of the lower back. Yeah. Then from here, as you inhale, you're going to lift the right arm up and over. As you exhale, stretching the fingers away. Nice and steady. One more breath, slowly inhaling. Exhale. Inhale, standing up, bring the palms up to shoulder height. Exhale, lower the hands down by your sides as we start to bend our right leg. Keep the palms shoulder width apart. We're going to lift the right heel off the floor as you take the hands down. Then we're going to lift the toes of our left foot off the floor. Pause there. We take an inhale as we start to walk the hands slightly forward. Keep the chest lifted up high and draw the chin forward and down. To transition into the other side, slowly as you inhale, walk the hands back. Lift up with the buttock. Walk the hands across, start to lift the left heel. Lift the toes of the right foot. Pause there. Take an inhale. Start to walk the hands forward. Keep lifting that throat up into the back of the neck. Okay. Inhale, walk the hands back. Then we're going to start to transition from one side to the other. A little bit more dynamically. Inhale up, shift the weight. Exhale, hold. Inhale up. Exhale. Hold. Inhale up. If you can, the hands come off the floor. Otherwise, you keep them grounded for your stability. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Last side. Inhale up. Exhale. And from here we're going to transition to the top of our mat. To do so, we lift up with the buttock. We circle both hands either side of our right foot. We step the feet together. We let the heels come off the floor. We roll down onto the back, drawing the knees in towards the chest to help decompress the spine. Let the lower back come up. Interlock the fingers and squeeze the shin bones down towards your chest. Now relax the shoulders. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, press both of your sitting bones down away from you. If you're getting this correct, the lower back will start to ground towards the floor. Relax the throat into the back of the neck. Keep softening the shoulders. But you're applying pressure with the palms, pulling the shin bones down. To transition into the next pose, we're going to cross the feet. We take an inhalation, we let the heels lift up high. As we exhale, we're going to roll forward. Place the feet flat onto the floor. Once again, if you have lines on the mat, you use them as a guide to make sure that one foot is not further forward than the other. I lift the buttock and take the buttock a little closer towards the heels. Then I lower myself all the way down onto the spine. Place the palms flat down. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Draw the chin in towards the chest and then roll through the back of the neck to ground the head to the floor. Tuck the buttock under to flatten the lower spine, and then from here, as you inhale, lifting up with your hips. Start to push the shin bones forward. Start to press the heels down towards the floor. Close the eyes. Keep reducing the effort here. And slowly as you exhale, lift the heels, roll down through the spine until your sitting bones are on the floor. Next is the twist. Extend both heels away so the legs are straight, but bring the feet together. From here, take your arms to shoulder height, place the palms flat to the floor. We're going to be bending our right leg and place the sole of the right foot flat onto the floor. From here, we lift the hips up and we take the hips as far as we can towards the right, lowering them down. Now hook the big toe of the right foot behind the back of the left knee. And as you exhale, take the knee across the body towards the left. Left hand is placed on to the right knee, and we apply a little bit of pressure by pulling that right knee down towards the floor. Now bring your awareness to your right thigh and externally rotate the right thigh to lengthen through the right side of your waist. Extend strongly down into the left heel to lengthen through the left side of your waist. To get even deeper stretch, and with caution for this next adjustment, start to press that right sitting bone down towards your left heel. This is a good stretch to release the tension from a day hiking or skiing on the mountain where your glutes get really quite tight. Now to transition to twisting to the next side, slowly tuck the buttock under, inhale, roll onto the back, adjust the hips back into the center, and as you exhale, extend the right heel away. On the next inhalation, bend the left leg, place the sole of your left foot flat onto the floor. On your next inhalation, lift up your hips, move your hips as far as you can towards your left, lower them to the floor. Now hook the big toe of your left foot behind the back of the right knee and take that left leg across the body. Use the right hand, placing it on top of the left knee. I slightly pull down with my right hand, and I meet that pressure by pressing the left knee up into the right palm. Now rotating that left thigh out and away, pressing that left sitting bone down towards the right heel. Each time I inhale, I slightly uncoil out of the twist to release any muscle tension. Then I exhale. I gently pull that left knee down a little closer towards the floor. Okay, to transition into the pigeon pose, from here, releasing on the inhale, tuck the buttock under to protect the spine. Take the right hand to shoulder height. Adjust the hips back into the center. This time as you inhale, bending the right leg. Cross the ankles. We're going to roll forward to push-up position. From push-up position, press with the feet, press with the palms to lift the body up and step back. Okay. From here, we're going to step the right leg forward, taking the knee towards the palm. Now, some of you may need the block placed underneath the buttock of that front leg here. This will take the pressure out of the knee. What we want to do is we want to keep that back knee off the floor and extend the heel away, nice and strong. Now you can lower the back knee to the floor, point the toes away. The first variation of the stretch, we're going to lower the forearms to the floor. Creating fist with the palms. Relax the shoulders down. For the more experienced people, you can take the hands forward and lower the head all the way down. Otherwise, we just stay here. If you don't need the block, we're working towards getting the sitting bone of that front leg flat to the floor. And the head down like so. In the pose, create the sensation that you're pressing the knees away from one another, as if you're taking a giant step. Keep pressing the shin bone of the back leg down. And so you don't externally rotate that back leg. You want to press evenly the big toe and the little toe side of the foot flat into the floor. Okay, slowly walk the palms back as you inhale and start to lift the spine. Keep the elbows bent, and with the palms create the sensation that you're pulling the palms back in towards the body. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. Spreading the fingers nice and wide. Grip with the fingertips, pulling the fingertips back in towards the body. To transition to the opposite leg, we're going to tuck the toe under the back foot. Okay. The navel lifts up towards the spine. We push down with the front leg to lift the hips up. We're creating space to step back into the push-up position and change legs. Once again, if you need the block, place the block underneath the sitting bone of your front leg. Keep the back knee off the floor as you extend through the heel, helping to release through your hip flex. Then slowly lower the back knee to the floor, point the toes away. Lower down to the first variation, onto the forearms. From here, we'll start to work pressing the front knee forward, pressing the back knee away. For the more experienced people, you're taking the hands forward and lowering the head to the floor. If you're feeling pressure in the knee, then I suggest that you use the block underneath the sitting bones. This changes the angle and takes the pressure out of the knee. Pose should be steady and comfortable. So if you're fighting with the breath, then you come up a little. We transition to the next variation where you take the hands back, draw the shoulder blades back and down. You can even turn to look at the back leg to make sure that you haven't externally rotated the leg, that you've got even pressure on the little toe and the big toe side of the foot. Throat draws into the back of the neck. Then transitioning into our last pose for the practice, we simply slide the back leg around, extending both feet out in front, take the feet hip width apart, preparing for swastikasana. Now we're going to take the blocks and utilize them for our alignment. With our feet hip width apart, take the ankle underneath the back of the knee. The sole of the foot should be parallel with the outside of the thigh. I make the connection with the heel and the pad of the big toe onto the block. And then I cross the opposite leg, taking the heel out as wide as your opposite knee. Utilize the block once again to make sure that the heel and the pad of the big toe are pressing firmly into both sides. Okay, you may need to adjust the sitting bones if the shin bones are not parallel with the short end of the mat. From here, draw the flesh of the buttock out to the sides and slowly walk the palms forward and down. You may now choose to utilize the block, placing the block underneath the forehead, like so. This will enable the 7 cervical vertebra to relax and sink forward. Otherwise, we're just lowering the head down like so. With the hands, if you want a little deeper stretch, create the sensation that you're pushing the palms forward away from you as you extend the sitting bones back away. Rotate your biceps outwards away from your ears and keep lifting the throat into the back of the neck. Slowly, on your next inhalation, we'll transition to the opposite side. Walk the hands back one at a time. Take the blocks out to the side. Lean back into the palms, straightening the legs. Start with the feet hip width apart. Place the ankle underneath the back of the knee. Then use the block to press the heel and the pad of the big toe into the block. Adjust the opposite leg. Press the pad of the big toe and the heel into the block. Check that your shin bones are parallel with the short edge of your mat. Draw the flesh of the buttock out to the sides and slowly walk the palms forward. If you need to, you're utilizing the block underneath the forehead, like so. Once again, pressing the palms slightly forward as you push your sitting bones backwards away from you. Your thigh bones will press out away from one another to create space in the socket joint of the hip. Very slowly, as you inhale next, start to walk the hands back towards you. Stretch the legs out in front. As you lower the body down into Shavasana. Allow the breath to resume back to its natural flow. Closing the eyes. From effort, give the body time and space to surrender, to sink and merge into the floor. That's enough for today's session. Thank you all very much.